I used to take way too many supplements. Genuinely, there'd be about 20 bottles I had on my desk, and every single week I'd have to portion, well, not every single week, every single day, because this is before I had like a pill sorter where I could have week by week by week, day by day by day. I would sit there every single day, portioning the exact amount of every single thing. Lord knows how I managed to remember the exact amount of every single thing that I needed, but I did. And this was barely moving the deal. This was barely moving the door for me. I really wasn't getting many results out of this. And in fact, a lot of the things I was taking, I probably would never ever need to take. And a lot of things I weren't taking, I probably really should take. And so over the past 2 years, and I mean this because I literally recorded this video 2 years ago. I know there was a huge delay between me starting my channel and recording my videos, but I recorded this video, I got super mad because it was muted. The entire video was muted, and that really annoyed me. Like, I tried to record it again a couple of times, it just wasn't the same. I couldn't do it. And so this was intending to be a yearly supplement video. Every single year I update what I'm taking. Of course, it never happened. Started the channel, this video got forgotten about. Then I remembered it again. I was like, people would love to hear about this. And so I'm going to tell you what I've dialed stuff back to, because I've spoken on my channel a lot about what I believe you should take, what I believe you shouldn't take. But I also talk about how sometimes it's person dependent. Not everyone has the same amount of needs as other people, and it can make a certain supplement good for someone, but not someone else. So when I tell you what I'm taking, take it with a grain of salt. Don't copy it because you think that this is what you're supposed to do. I'm just sharing what I do. That being said, before we get into the video, quick actionable step. Think about how many supplements you're taking right now, and consider if you genuinely need all of them. Because my history, I was taking, it was so bad. It was so bad. If I still find the recording somewhere, I'll try and like do a voiceover, because there's literally like 20 different bottles. I'm not even joking. Okay, so there are some, let's call them leftover supplements. When I was in my phase of trying to maximize testosterone with random stuff, which wouldn't even maximize it, I bought a lot of things, and that being the case, a lot of the time I would bulk buy them to save money. So leftover from that era is one supplement still, and that is Phaedogia agristis, I think it's pronounced. Not too sure. Don't think many people know to pronounce it anyway, so we're all good. Now this is literally just some like pill I take every single day. I think it makes no real difference, but I'm just gonna keep taking it until it's gone, because I did pay for it. I might as well continue going for it. Like, I've genuinely had this for a few years now. I don't really care much for it. It's something you probably shouldn't take, not because it's gonna like kill you or something, but because it just doesn't matter. It's just burning a hole in your wallet. The next thing, which well, we're gonna group these three things because these are like the things I preach that you should pretty much be taking. That is zinc. Absolutely love zinc. I think I take like 50 milligrams a day. Magnesium, I believe I take 500 milligrams a day. Absolutely love magnesium. It helps my sleep like no other. There was a week where I stopped taking magnesium, and I had like the worst sleep of my life. Didn't know why. Then I realized that my magnesium had run out, and I'd stopped putting it into like my pill containers. And then I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense. And that sort of thing is really good, because when you don't notice you're not taking something and you have an absolute worst week of your life, maybe it was coloration, maybe it wasn't causation, but I believe it was causation looking back. And when I realized that happened, I think it was the magnesium. Okay. And I also take vitamin D3. Now, we can have the argument that you can go out in the sun, you can get a ton of vitamin D. I don't know if you noticed this, but I have very pale skin. This is because I burn, so I try and limit sun exposure. In fact, it may look like I have sunburn right now, but I started taking something called tretinoin recently. And by recently, I mean yesterday. Although, for you guys, this is like a Thursday video or a Friday video. I think it's Friday. So this was actually recorded on Sunday. And on Saturday, I did my first tretinoin, which I've accidentally told people I'm doing Tren. Made a spelling mistake, trying to write Tret, but I digress. The point is, I started doing it, and before it starts working and giving you this amazing skin, so you guys can look at me and I look better, and it's a nicer image, and hopefully it helps cut the channel. Before it does that, it does something called a skin purge, where it ruins your skin. So I have been batching videos like crazy because I don't want to have like a bunch of acne and like dry skin on the channel, but Day one in, we've already got some, it looks like sunburn, it's just inflammation. I digress. Is that a supplement? We're not going to count that. So, vitamin D3. Especially in winter, especially in colder climates with less sun, this is something you need to be taking. If you're not getting enough vitamin D, it's absolutely awful. Now, after we've covered that, we've got a few extra things we can talk about. First off, I want to talk about something I wish I was taking right now, and I'm not taking it because I'm a little bit lazy, and that is boron. Boron is an absolutely awesome supplement that I used to take, then it ran out, then I forgot to buy more, and then I just kept procrastinating it. But the awesome thing about boron is it boosts your free testosterone, which is basically testosterone which is actually available. Testosterone you can tap into to build more muscle, to, I don't know, build more hair. Probably not build more hair. I think that's more DHT. Guess facial. But, okay. Let's not confuse you. So, I wish I could take boron again, and I probably will take it soon. That's why I mention it here, because it's something I'm like shadow taking, even though I'm completely not taking it. Next we have, and by the way, this is the last supplement that I'm actually going to mention before we go into things that are supplements, but it depends on your perspective. Next thing is vitamin C. I don't think most people should take vitamin C, but I take it because I don't get enough vitamin C in my diet. I tried it with oranges for a bit, and there was just too much to take. It was a bit expensive, and so I just opted for something which was like 100th the price. Some other things that I think I should mention is I do have ashwagandha. I take this in really, really high stress moments, so I'm not currently taking it, but I have like a full month's worth supply at all times. So if I have a really, really bad month, really, really stressful month, I know that the workload is going to like triple, I incorporate it, because that has really, really helped me in stressful times. I don't need it 24/7, but in times like that, yeah, it's pretty good. Another thing I'm very, very considering adding at the moment is cartenoids. So something like beta-carotene, which is the stuff in carrots, vitamin A. And the reason is not because I'm not getting my diet. I have a carrot a day, which is completely enough actually to meet your recommended daily allowance. But if you build up your body's supply of this, it's something which is fat soluble. So you can take a ton of beta-carotene, eat a ton of carrots, take a ton of pills, and it will deposit in your fat because it's something which is fat depositable, minerals, nutrients, they're either water soluble or fat soluble, which means it can stay in your body or it can be peed out. So anything water soluble you basically can't overdose on. But if we take a ton of beta carotene, it will make us look more tanned, make our skin look a bit healthier, which is why I'm considering it. So you load on it for a period of time, and then you take like a bit a day, and it keeps the same sort of thing. This isn't like me coming out and I'm going on melatonin. That's not something like that. It's just, ways to improve being ginger and being pale. Now, before I talk about that for hours and hours and hours, I think we should move on to the supplements. So there are some supplements I don't take a ton of the time. Well, let's start with the thing I take every single gym session. I put together my own electrolyte formula. I absolutely love making supplements. I've got my own pre-workout, which we'll talk about later, so I don't know why I mention it. But this electrolyte powder is a combination of magnesium, sodium, and potassium in their salt form, not in like pure magnesium, like magnesium 2 or whatever it would be. But this is to create a really, really good sports drink in the gym. So I'm aiming for something isotonic, which basically just means when I'm sweating out, I'm getting the same sort of stuff back in. I can keep working at 100%. I absolutely love it. My gym sessions, my pump has been very, very much enhanced. Alongside this, I actually have protein powder. Why haven't I talked about creatine? I also take creatine. Creatine is something I've taken every single day since I probably started the gym. Could not recommend it more. It is the tried and true, the tested and safe, the best supplement you could probably take. But protein powder. I have taken this in my cut a few times now because when I don't get the protein requirement I need, it's a very easy way to get it in. That last little bit. It's not something I try to do because obviously for satiation, for actually being able to physically eat something, it's not great. But something like that can be pretty awesome. when you're not actually getting your daily needs, which is why it's something I don't think people need. It's not necessary. It is a pure supplement. Similar to vitamin C. If you don't get enough, feel free to take it, but you should probably focus on getting it in other ways. Although, I will admit, a protein shake before bed can be a really great way of keeping up muscle protein synthesis in your sleep. Like, you're going 8-9 hours without eating protein. Think about it. And then the last thing which I take would be pre-workout. Similar to that, something I made myself. It's got, let me have a think. I made it a while ago, by the way. And I don't take it often, so this will be pure memory. Although next week on Tuesday, I'm going to gym with a friend, and I'm probably going to take some of this before, because it'll be like a 12 session, 12 a.m., which means it won't affect my sleep. Anyway, caffeine, beta-alanine, L-citrulline, taurine, tyrosine. I think that's it. I think that's everything. That makes my sessions incredible. I absolutely love it. Wish I could take it more than I did, but sleep is the number one priority, of course. Now, you may have some sort of limiting belief. You may go Fletcher. You can get every single thing you've listed from food. You can get magnesium from food, zinc from food, even creatine from food. Dude, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to eat 4 kilograms of beef mince every single day to get my creatine. I'm not going to eat 3 oysters every single day to get my zinc. And I'm not going to eat a bunch of whatever magnesium's in to get my magnesium. It's not about the fact that you can get it naturally. It's about the fact that it's not convenient to. Whether it be a barrier of cost, of calories, of macronutrients, sometimes it is just better to get it in a supplement form. And, you guys might also be like, oh, but it's not third-party tested. How can we know we're getting the right measurement? Get something third-party tested then. If that is your concern, it's a very easy fix, because all you got to do is get something that has been third-party tested. It is that simple. Look, the deal is, you got to work out what supplements you're taking right now. I want you to install Cronometer, and I want you to throw in your food for a week. Then you can look at your weekly average. You can see what you're lacking. If you can't get it from buying something and eating it, like food, lettuce, vegetable, I don't know. If you can't get it like that, feel free to supplement it. You're not getting it. It'd be much better for you to supplement it than not get it at all. But you gotta work out if the things you're taking currently you even need. I think the whole supplement industry, as it is, requires a bit more thought behind it. You see, people don't trust big banks. They don't trust big pharma, big oil, and the other bigs. But the supplement industry is no different, really. In fact, it has a lot less regulations than the others. If anything, it's less safe. But no one's really ever spoken about it. No one's ever really questioned its intentions, its methods. And why would a supplement company not tell you that a certain supplement's going to help you? I've seen a supplement company that does a blood test and then put together a multivitamin based on your blood. And it gives you something almost identical to what you can get at the local pharmacy. But you're spending 100 times the amount so that it can match your blood. This stuff a lot of it is a scam. Like, a lot of these random herbal remedies, which you don't actually need, have barely any effects. If you're considering taking stuff like this, read the research. I'm not saying that for something like vitamins or minerals, because we know we need them. And if you're not getting enough of it, sure, get it, make sure it's third-party tested. But something like Ashwagandha or Fadoja or, I don't know, horny goat weed, like, for those other things, actually work out if it's going to benefit you. Because unless it's very conclusive, you're just, again, burning a hole in your wallet. Supplements aren't actually essential. So you gotta research. And I guess the actionable step is just be more thoughtful when you're actually buying these things. Were you surprised when it came to my stack? Is there any suggestions you have? Anything I should remove? Anything I should add? Any questions? Please let me know.